tweet out. Yep. All right. Welcome back, everyone. It is me, Junson Chan, and today is December 14th, 2017. So, as I said in last night's video, I managed to get my 28 million 808 coins from my main stack, and I tried selling it for 2.4% Dogcoin each. So what wound up happening was, okay, this is the wrong one. What wound up happening was I was able to, shortly after the stream ended, I also seem to have forgotten to pin the tweet. One sec, I gotta go find it. But yeah, I managed to sell about 240,000 dog coins at that price, and then when I woke up this morning, I decided to. Yeah, here it is. I wonder why this didn't get added to Bitcoin profits page. All right, so let's try. Here we go. This is what wound up happening. I dumped the rest into, if you can see right here, the top of this buy order for basically 2% of a dog coin. I just simply cashed out, and I wound up with a total of 600,000 dog coin out of, I guess, a max potential of 650 or 675k dog coin. So it wasn't too bad. After I got all my dog coin, I had to figure out if I just wanted cash, which technically I don't need right now because I obviously have a lot of money in savings, or take a gamble and then go for where is it, compound coin. So I decided that for now, I just decided, okay, I'll just go for compound coin, because one thing that I forgot to take into account when I was analyzing compound coin, which by the way earns 500% APR until I think maybe about a couple months from now at most, it'll drop back down to 250% APR, was that compound coin is only a few months old. So this is like really new. Even 808 coin this coin came out in July 1st of 2016, so it's basically been 1.5 years. So there's a lot of basically compound coin is in its infancy, so there's plenty of room for it to grow. Assuming that the developer hasn't abandoned the coin, which I don't think he has, because once you release a coin and everything's set up, you don't have to do too much maintenance. So this is me right here at 1% of a dog coin. The good news is I was able to buy about 14.5 million compound coin, and so I've already sent it to my compound wallet. So now I have a total of, let me check my laptop here. I have approximately 32 million compound coins. So the idea is I'm basically taking a gamble, or an educated guess if you want to call it that pretty much compound coin has gone down as far as it could go, or even if it does drop, it'll shoot right back up, because this coin has no maximum supply, just like 808 coin. Even though the announcement thread says there's a 2.6 billion coin limit, for some reason we've already way surpassed that, and everybody is still staking coins. So so much for the hard limit. Second is because it pays less interest, the hyperinflation rate is obviously mathematically less than 808 coin. However, it's balanced by the fact that it pays less interest, so therefore the demand for the underlying asset will also be less, because hey, if I had $1, would I prefer 800% a year or 500% a year? So obviously I'm going to want the 800% per year. So these things kind of balance out, so essentially they should be relatively the same price. But as you can see, compound coin is worth, let's say on average, 1.2% of a dog coin. You go over to 808 coin, which is right here. The price is essentially 2% of a dog coin. So I mean, 808 coin is like twice the value of compound coin. So it's like, eh, you know, the math. There's obviously a math mismatch. So I'm just taking. So because of that, I'm guessing that this compound coin has been undersold, and that's been. Um, I guess I could call it an assumption, or what's the word I'm looking for? Hypothesis, I guess. Financial hypothesis. I guess that's what they'll call it in Wall Street now. That I'm going with. Obviously, if I'm wrong, then you know the money that I'm risking here. If we include the money I spent on my current compound coin plus the one that's in this buy order, yeah, I'm probably risking around 5,000 bucks, which is a nice chunk of change. But I mean, before Bitcoin skyrocketed, I was making like 20 to 30 grand every 8 days, and I was only able to enjoy that for like I think a month, not even a month. But you know, still, I made sure to get away with all that big money while I still could, you know. So yeah, I think based on the market volume and trade activity, I'll probably get some more compound coin tomorrow night. So I'll leave that there. Um, as for 808 coin, well, price, because there was so much buying and selling activity, I guess the market's kind of exhausted. So now prices are just kind of coalescing around this guy's big buy order. Will Dogcoin go down further? I don't think so, because when I looked at coin market cap, right, Bitcoin has been pretty much pretty much been staying the same within the 16k to 17k range. Ethereum has finally cooled down a bit, so now it's around 690. Litecoin has definitely cooled down, so now that's at 280. And then pretty much, well, except Bitcoin Cash and Ripple, they actually went up quite a bit, actually. I guess Roger Ver must be very happy. There goes my game again. What's unfortunate is this game only resets at around the time that I start the stream, and I have to play it, otherwise I lose all the, you know, it's, I don't know if you've ever played Mafia Wars or any of those Facebook games, but basically you have a certain energy bar, and then if you don't use it within like a certain time period, you lose everything. So you might as well just play and spend all your activity before it gets reset. But anyway, you know, a lot of the altcoins, you know, nice big greens. I think for now everyone's kind of like had their satisfied appetite for Bitcoin. Where is it? Oh yeah, there's that. Let's see. So there wasn't too much news that really popped out in terms of Bitcoin. I mean, it's pretty much the same old, same old. I don't know. One reason, I mean, I go by, there's a columnist on Forbes magazine. I think his name was Kenneth Fisher. He actually has been like the financial advice guy for like, I guess now 25-30 years. I think he's still, is he still Ken Fisher Forbes? I think he's still writing for them. Cites Ken Fisher profile. But anyway, I read an investment book of his a long time ago. Oh, yeah, hope they don't mind too much. And one of the interesting methods that he uses to like invest. Okay, I don't think they're gonna let me. Man, they're really okay. Whatever. One of the interesting methods that he used to invest to determine whether there's a bubble or not is negativity. Specifically, what are all the news sites saying? So when everybody is It's basically trash talking an asset. That usually means there's plenty of room left to, for the bull run to go up. Because usually, because like I said in a couple previous videos, I look at markets and based on two criteria: psychology and Ponzi schemes. Psychology is your, greed and fear and paranoia. So, it's like, oh, I gotta invest now, I gotta invest now, I gotta invest now before it goes up and I miss all my profits. And then once they buy in, they go, oh my god, what have I done? Oh my god, I bought too high, I gotta sell, I gotta sell, I gotta save what I have. It's that vicious, emotionally unstable investing cycle. And that's pretty much, multiply that by like, tens of millions of people throughout the whole world, and you have you have essentially what is the free market of today. So there's that. And then there's Ponzi schemes, and obviously you know what a Ponzi scheme is, right? When everybody, when all the suckers have bought into, whatever the scam is, there's no more suckers to, new money to pump up the old money to pay everyone else, and everything collapses. So the reason why it relates to negativity here is because there are people trash talking, in this case Bitcoin. That means at least people probably are not invested in Bitcoin. Therefore, they didn't bring their money to also buy Bitcoin, and therefore push up the price. So that basically means, if you think again in terms of a Ponzi scheme, most people in the entire world has not bought into Bitcoin yet. In fact, most people still don't know about it. So that's pretty much like one powerful way that I look at things. Of course, you could also be, there's also the chance that they're wrong, or that these negative articles are correct, and it really does crash. But corrections happen. These are sudden drops in in the price of the underlying asset, and it usually occurs very quickly before it goes back up. An actual crash or bear market like the dot-com bust or the Great Recession is long periods of time in which the prices are just horrible. Everything is just like not worth anything anymore. So I, I I'm pretty sure Bitcoin is not at that stage yet. So yeah, that's pretty much why this Bitcoin bull has plenty of legs left in its run. But I am expecting a correction though, because it just shot up and then it doesn't really go down. So it's like, yeah. But the nice thing about the way that I make my money here is I just simply print it out of thin air. My 808 coin mints, my Sprouts coin mints, and soon my compound coin just self-generates out of thin air. Then you exchange it for something like Dogcoin or Litecoin or Bitcoin, and then you don't really care what the price is because technically you got it for free. So that's where I'm at. And when you get that feeling that you just got money for free and you didn't have to do any work for it, that takes a lot of the emotion out of the decision making process. Because when you work for your money, like you work hard at a job, your job sucks, you got to pay the bills, your kid, your husband or your wife are like nagging you about something. That's all emotional investment, and that transfers itself to your investment decisions. Like, oh my god, I hope the stock goes up because I gotta pay for the kids' college. Oh my god, the gas bill is due in 3 weeks. Oh my god, I'm falling behind the mortgage payments. It gets pretty intense, and when you have that emotional baggage, oh man, your chances of making a mistake go up. So that's why I always advocate, um, proof of stake, because that's the cash flow version of investing in cryptocurrencies as opposed to buying it and holding it, which is for capital gains. Which for now, I think a lot of people will do pretty well with that because everything is, basically going up. But, I'm a cash flow guy, and I just want to buy stuff that will also produce income at a fixed rate or some kind of rate. So I have a regular income. So instead of me having a job, it's my assets that have a job, and then I take all their money. So, Sprouts has gone down a little bit. I don't think their announcement thread had anything. With regards to the, I guess it's going to be called a fork. Buy and hold Sprouts, good time coming. So yeah, pretty much it's just, you know, blah 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 blah. An 808 coin. Oh boy. 808 coin, Bitcoin talk. I don't think the 808 threads had much. Let's see. So usually on the. Okay, there's me. Oh wow, there was a lot of replies since I last replied. Goes from a place like Puerto Rico with an offshore web host and domain. There, problem solved. Yeah. See, people like this kind of really annoy me. My friend is still staking this coin and just waiting for it to go up. Okay, so this is actually a mistake. If you get into this, you have to assume that it will not go up. You're doing this because you want cash flow. Your profits come from the self-generated stake, which in this particular case is 800% a year. Well, it's 808%, but I'll just say 800%. 800% a year. Once you get that, then you start extracting a portion of that as your profit, so that eventually you break even, and then after you break even, you continually pull out profits, and now you have a net gain overall. You know, if you put in $100, after 1 year, you'll have $100 plus $800. You know, provided that the price stays the same. But the idea is maybe you'll pull out, say, $240 of that. So you invested 100 and you pulled out 240. So your net profit was $140 or 140% return. And you still own the asset, which in this case is the 808 coin. $900 worth of 808 coin that is then going to produce another 800% of itself, and the numbers spiral out of control, and instead of crushing debt crushing you, it's the reverse. Now it's insane amounts of money just showering you with, you know, more money than hopefully you'll ever know what to deal with. And that mentality, that mindset is cash flow. That's why I don't like, you know, people who think in terms of capital gains. And technically there's nothing wrong with it, but it's very dangerous, because what are you going to do while it goes up? You're going to worry, and you're not going to have anything, you know, in between to, like, you know, pay the bills or whatever, and that increases your that decreases, no, that makes you more emotionally unstable, and you know that's just not fun. And I speak from personal experience. So let's do this real quick. So yeah, I just didn't want that for you. So let's see, coin die. So there's this idiot. There's always going to be idiots like that. More negative talk. Blah blah. What is your monthly turnover as of today? I'm not sure what he's asking. I think I know what he's asking, but I don't care to figure out what he's talking about. Oh yeah, I think this guy's a scammer. This guy BitKing3000, he's been asking everybody for a swap, and you know that's just shady, man. If you don't know who if you don't know who you're dealing with, don't agree to it. It's just, you know, could be a scam. Um, uh, Now this is interesting. Is this actually true? Okay, I need to actually find out. Um, Problem is, where do I find out? I mean, they have D-list. I mean, delisting or removing coins. No, I don't believe that. Okay, there's one because the criteria that Cryptopia uses. Oh, market closing. Oh, okay. So yeah, they are they are closing that. Ah, damn. Yeah, but I'm not surprised though. I mean, the Bitcoin market was pretty much dead. Um, which is kind of dumb because. Oh, okay. So they are closing this too. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. Let me see. Well, at least my analysis will be. Well, at least my analyses will be reduced to 2 markets instead of 3. You know, I don't have to worry about Bitcoin. Yeah. So pretty much now you gotta, if you once you start minting 808 coin, you know, you just gotta get your Litecoin or Dogcoin out of it, and then use that to buy Bitcoin. Let's see. And speaking of Dogcoin, let's take a look here. Dog to BTC. Kind of sucks. I spent a lot of time analyzing this, but wound up buying compound coins. But if I wanted to, the way I managed to get my $2,100 profit figure was from here. If I took my 600,000 dog coin and just dumped it right here, you know, I would have gotten 21 satoshis of Bitcoin each. So that came out to be like 12.7% Bitcoin. And you know that was worth, you know, 2,100 bucks. But you know, I'm doing all right on money, so I just want more assets because I want more cash flow. You know, it's my hope. It's my hope that eventually, you know, I could buy real estate with it because I live in New York City, so real estate here is ridiculously expensive, but it also is, you know, cash. They're also great cash cows. So, and also, you know, the tax benefits of that are also incredible, where I can pretty much, if I wanted to, write off nearly 100% of all my income through something called IRS tax exchange 1031 or whatever. Basically, I just defer all my taxes, and yeah, that's what rich people do. That's why they actually buy a lot of real estate usually. Well, that's a advanced topic for another day. For now, you know, let's just concentrate on actually making money in the first place. Um, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. There was a lot of fervor today of the net neutrality crap getting repealed. But long story short, you know, because you know pieces of junk like Netflix and Twitter and Yahoo and not Yahoo, but Google and Facebook have censored, you know, conservatives and stuff. You know, we basically did not push to uphold net neutrality, so you know they screwed us. You know, we screwed them right back, and that's why net neutrality is gone. I mean, you could probably go on my timeline if you want. Let's see. And then there's this guy admitting on camera that he came from another state and voted in the Alabama election. So there's like clear fraud there, or maybe the guy was just dumb. As Mike Cernovich, you know, pretty much, pretty much explaining what I just told you. That basically we got screwed, so we screwed him right back, kind of thing. Yeah, then the usual, you know, trolling, trying to get more retweets and likes and all that stuff. So yeah, aside from that, I think things are going okay. I'll probably continue monitoring the 808 dog coin market and see if the prices decrease. Hold on, let's go back. And actually, before we go, how is this going? 649. So, see, even the Litecoin, well, yeah, the Litecoin market is just very light, but at least, you know, 2 or 3 is fine. So yeah, I'll be monitoring the 808 and dog coin market, but I think it'll do all right for here. I don't foresee too many crashes, so I'll be interested to see if the negativity surrounding the delisting or delisting will what kind of negative impact it's going to have on 808 coin. Um, so yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably gonna go now. Kind of want to just take it easy today. Been a lot of thinking. I don't know if I'll do another stream tomorrow because there's not much to talk about. Um, I mean, maybe if my compound coin order gets filled, that's something, but that's really not much because technically I haven't made any money off of it, so that's obviously not news or stream worthy. But you can see my actual process of doing all this. Trying to think, is there anything else? No, that's probably yeah. I think that's probably it. All right, so all right. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers on YouTube so I can change the URL of my YouTube channel so it matches everything else, which is Real Junson Chan. And if you have never done this before, or you're curious about, mining Bitcoin in some form, you can do what I do, which is basically mine alternative coins where you pretty much do nothing. It self-generates itself. It's called proof of stake. And then you take those self-generated coins and you exchange it for, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Dogcoin, or whatever you want. My book covers all that right here, Mine Bigly, and you can buy it on Amazon. Or if you don't want to spend the $10, you know the names of the coins that I stake, so you can go on Bitcoin Talk yourself and then do the research. But obviously, I don't give tech support, so you got to figure everything else out yourself, or just buy my book. All right, so I don't know when I'll stream, but I'll definitely will stream again in the near future. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Again, my name is Junson Chan, and I will see you all next time. Thanks.